Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming over today. We really were hoping we could be outside and enjoying beautiful spring weather, but we're enjoying beautiful spring weather because it's spring in Indiana. What do you think? So April, though, is pretty normal to be strong with weather. You know, we'll have thunderstorms, we'll have some rain, but we'll also have bright, beautiful days, blue skies, and the things that give us hope. Because like you all know, living in Indiana, April is a time of change. April is almost the perfect illustration of a month that shows strength. Strength of plants that have, been dormant all winter and now they're starting to grow again. Strength of people who have been inside for months trying to stay out of the winter weather, and now we're outside and we're starting to really live again in northern Indiana. But the thing about April that I always find very interesting is it is a time where we all really start to embrace coming together as a strong community. As a community that recognizes we have very special individuals in our community. And not special from maybe some of the traditional senses, but special in the term of people who have survived sexual assault, who have survived child abuse. April, of course, is Child Abuse Prevention. You may have noticed the blue pinwheels that came out yesterday at CAPS. But April is also Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And it is time for us to not only be aware, but to share that awareness, to share that new life, to share that opportunity of strength, to support individuals who have become victimized by sexual assault. In our society of law, we know that the system is set up not to allow a victim themselves to have to bear the burden of going forward. That is the job of the state. A victim, though, has a special place in our community, and it's a place where we need to surround them. We need to protect them. We need to lift them up. We need to recognize that they have a voice and that they need to be noticed. They need to be supported, and they need to be aware of all of the services that we have in this community especially to help them move to the next chapter, to embrace what has happened and change it into something that gives them strength so that they can move forward. They can move forward. And that is the thing that is so important with the Elkhart County community, is we have all of these different professionals that work in the trenches. They work so hard. And when our victims, unfortunately, may feel at their worst, the people standing here before you are at their best. Because these are the heroes. These are the heroes that stand up and say, it's okay. We've got this. We can help you, and we can move forward. So standing here with me today, more than anything, I want to recognize some of our heroes. We have Kathy Turco. She's with Goshen Hospital. She is a sexual assault nurse examiner, which means she has specialized training and has spent countless hours not only receiving additional formal training, but working with victims in our community that have suffered the unspeakable. And not only does she give them a presence that gives them comfort, but she also helps when the state gets to take over and try to do its job to take the offender out of our community. Kathy, we thank you. We have Julie Reed with CAPS. She is a forensic interviewer that works with children who have been victimized. She listens to their voices and knows how to let them be heard. Let them be heard so that we know not only what has happened, but what can we do to take the next step to help move forward. And Julie, the amount of emotional work that she has to do, but yet stay objective, is such a draining experience, and yet here she is day after day, and we thank you, Julie. We have Bill Hubbard from Goshen Police Department, who is one of the investigators that specializes in child victim crimes, sexual abuse, assault, physical abuse. Tirelessly, he has to listen to these stories. He has to listen to children as they, in their innocent faces, their innocent voices, tell what happened. And he has to remain objective. He cannot let emotion affect how he has to do his job. But yet he has to be empathetic, and he has to understand what they're going through. Bill, we thank you so much for what you do. We have Tara Tuttle. Tara works for the YWCA, and she helps victims not only talk through what has happened to them and give them a voice, but also understand this event does not have to define their existence. This is a way for people sometimes to not only understand, okay, this is what has happened, but how do I move forward? How can I now show the strength? And if maybe they can't right now, Tara is right there to give them that strength as they try to move forward. She's such an asset to our community, as the Y is in its entirety for all the services they provide. But it's just the doorway into allowing individuals who have been touched by sexual assault to start finding that next step forward. Tara, we thank you for what you do. Michael Miller is an investigator with Elkhart Police Department, and Michael has been involved in investigating not only sexual abuse of adults and children for many years, but many other violent felonies. Michael has heard so many different things, and while it's sad to say that nothing even probably shocks her anymore, the thing is she still continues doing it day in, day out. All she hears is the ugliness of people, yet she turns it around to make it a safe place for someone to talk again about what has happened to them. And then to go do her job, not without the emotion, not making rash decisions just to get something done, but with the objectivity of a true professional and someone that is dedicated to making a difference for victims. Michael, we thank you. Jeremy Stouts with the Elkhart County Sheriff's Department. Jeremy also stands on that front line. Again, when people are feeling their worst, he is there to be a hero. And he takes that to the next level by putting nothing more than his 100% effort into the investigations that he does, so that he knows when that work product comes over here to our office and the Office of the Prosecuting Attorney takes that next step in holding offenders accountable for their actions, that we have what we need to go forward in an objective, evidence-based prosecution, so that we know that we've got the right person and we can take them out of the community. This team of heroes, folks, I have no words, honestly, to express my gratitude and the recognition for the work that they do, the tireless hours, the midnight calls, the 4 a.m. calls, or whatever it may be, because that's, unfortunately when things seem to happen. But this is just a representation of what we have here in Elkhart County. Because when we look, we're Elkhart County, approximately 200,000 people, but we know that the same statistics that affect our nation affect us. When you look at the statistics, they're staggering. They truly are. We know just by national information that comes in, an American is actually sexually assaulted every 98 seconds. So in about 6 minutes we've been standing here, there have already been dozens of sexual assaults. And we sit here in this safe, comfortable environment, honoring those people that are on the front lines and knowing they have dozens more to back them up as well. We also know that there are over 300,000 male and female victims, 12 or older, of rape and sexual assault each year in the United States. 1 in 6 women have been victims of an attempted or a completed rape. Persons aged 12 to 34 are the highest risk according to the statistics. But these statistics don't tell our story. Our story is told by everyone in this room. Our story is told by the people who are willing to stand up, to have that voice, and to not be judging people, not be saying, oh, well, you shouldn't have been there, or you shouldn't have been drinking, you shouldn't have been doing this. That's not what we do here. What we do here is we recognize that no one deserves to be victimized. And the person that we have to hold accountable is the offender, and no offender has the right to victimize anyone. So our job is to come together as a community and prevent where we can. Be aware of our surroundings, be aware of our situations, be aware of dangerous type environments, and stay away from them. And if you've got to be in a place like that, then make sure you have a friend that you trust. Make sure there is someone that has your wing. They're your wingman. Take care of ourselves. But inevitably, something could very well happen to you, to me, to our loved ones, to our daughters, to our fathers, to our sisters. It can happen to any and every one of us, not because we do anything wrong, but because there are people out there that want to do wrong. And that is why when we come together like this, it gives me so much optimism for what the Elkhart County community really stands for. And I thank you for making the effort to be here today on this particularly April day. But keep in mind, guys, it's not just the prevention. It's what do we do afterwards. And these ladies and gentlemen know there is so much residual impact that sexual assault violence has on everyone. Not just the victim themselves, but on their family, their loved ones, their friends, their work environment. It impacts so many things, whether it's post-traumatic stress, whether it's their own blame, which is absolutely inappropriate. These professionals help individuals get past that. And again, that's why we're here today, to celebrate the strength that we all bring to victims in our community. I want to talk just a little bit more about your voice and the power that it truly has. Yes, we hear different stories around the world of places where sexual assault was interrupted and someone was unable to complete the act that they had planned. But I don't want to talk just about other places around this world, or maybe even here in Indiana. I want to talk about what we do here in Elkhart County. I want to give mention to those police officers, and you know who they are, or you know who you are. I'm not going to call you out here today. The ones who respond to a call that perhaps doesn't have anything to do with sexual violence. But you know something strange is in the air. And by that look that you get in the person's eyes that you're talking to, you know something is going on. And to those officers and the ones that I know of, thank you for stepping in and interrupting things to make a difference. People in this room who I know counsel individuals who have been victimized, who don't necessarily know how to protect themselves, but they take the time and they try to give them solutions and other options for their behavior to avoid this future victimization. To all of you, I have the utmost respect and admiration. These are the heroes that we are here to celebrate today. Not only standing with me and the ones that they represent, but everyone in this room who makes it a part of their life to help someone else and to recognize danger when you see it and put a stop to it. So ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely, more than anything, want to say again, thank you for your support, for what you do. I know we have so many different professionals and members of the public here today that have not only that voice, but that role, that professional role or that volunteer role that does make a difference and that does help with victim services, especially those agencies, the not-for-profit agencies that offer counseling, that offer safe havens and places to get away and to truly feel like they are safe. These are the organizations we need to embrace, and these are the organizations that we need to support in moving forward in Elkhart County so that we not only know we have a response, but we have a solution. So thank you again for all that you do. You guys are my heroes. I've got some time, so if you've got some questions, again, it's Sexual Assault Awareness Month in the month of April, and if you do have questions or questions about services that are available, I have the experts up here, so they can answer your questions as well. Anyone? No questions. All right, well, we have some refreshments. Lindsay, we've got, pardon me, some refreshments here. So please make sure that you take advantage of the ladies' hospitality. I think they even made cookies for you today. So this isn't just running out to the store, this is homemade goodness. So please take advantage of that. Network with each other, get to know each other. Make sure you do take the chance to talk to our heroes up here about what they do. And if you have questions, please feel free to pick their brains. Thank you again.